Saturday night's main event just happened, and I have one question.
All beer here. Oh my.
Why didn't this happen on the actual show? Saturday night's main event, in my opinion, could have been better for a few reasons. One, you had a 5-match card. On normal PLEs in the WWE, they are a 5-match card. So how did Triple H think he was able to do a 5-match card on a 2-hour show with commercials? How do you think he was going to be able to do that? So what suffered was the match length and the match quality. Now, all the matches were fine. They were solid, but it could have been better if given more time. We did not need Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Fine match. This could have been on Raw. So that's my first issue. Second issue is this show was a predictable, glorified house show. Nothing special happened. Yeah, you crown a new Women's United States champion. Shout out to Chelsea Green. Shout out to her. Rooting for her. Happy for her. But outside of that, nothing of note happened. At least not on the actual show. Which brings me to the third issue I had was, again, if this is the first time that you are doing Saturday Night's main event in 14, 15 years, then you should give the people, the public, the audience a moment to get them hooked for when you're going to do it again in just a month's time. They did not do that. So let's get to the matches again. Drew, Sami, fine. It was okay. Drew took out Sami. Drew is now going down his list of taking out, I guess, all of the OG bloodline. That's cool, whatever. Again, could have been on Raw. Then you had the women's championship match between Liv and Io. Okay match. First time Liv has looked credible as a champion in a very long time. Beat Io clean, which Io, in my opinion, is the best women's wrestler in the WWE. So kind of feel away about that. But we already know they're building to another Liv versus Rhea match. Okay. Following that, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match with Gunther versus Priest and Finn Balor, which we already knew how that was going to end. So why did we have to see this? But at least Gunther looked strong at the end, taking out both Priest and Finn and having a definitive victory in retaining his World Heavyweight Championship. As I mentioned before, we have the Women's U.S. Championship Finals. Chelsea Green won, which I have no issue with. Me personally, I'd much rather it had been Michin, since Michin also deserves this title, has reinvented herself since her NXT days, since her TNA days. So I was cool either way. And in my brain, I'm like, well, I don't really want the first U.S. Women's Champion to be somewhat of a comedic character. I kind of want the title to be taken serious. But after Chelsea won, which again, I was very happy for, I thought about it and I said, well, hopefully this now creates a bigger moment for when a Michin or maybe a Naomi wins that title. But we'll see what happens. Now on to the main event, which is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a very, 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 very personal grudge rivalry. Cody Rhodes brought back the old classic Wing Eagle belt. Looked good on him, not gonna lie, even though I still prefer the big gold belt. That's my era. And speaking of retro, we also got Jesse the Body Ventura, who was great all night. He was saying a lot of what us fans were probably thinking while watching the show and watching the match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, as he was saying that Cody basically is a hypocrite, he's a heel, and he deserves everything that he gets. Feel the same way. But yeah, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes had a very fine match. They only had about 14 minutes. I was really worried how they was going to pull this off with another commercial in there. And somehow they were able to do a 13, 14 minute match. It flowed. It didn't look out of place. They were telling the story of Kevin Owens pulling the trigger, going after Cody Rhodes' ankle. However, because they only have 14 minutes, they weren't able to, I think, do it in a more effective way than I would hope for. But near the end of the match, when referees were taken out, Kevin Owens got a chair, tried to take out Cody Rhodes, again proving that he's able to pull the trigger, but Cody was able to duck that and basically use a chair himself on Kevin Owens with the Crossroads to win the match. Now, I said in a previous video, I felt Kevin Owens should have won. Kevin Owens deserved it. Cody Rhodes needed an obstacle and adversity, and the story dictated that Kevin Owens win that match and that title. And after this match, I felt the same way. I still feel Kevin Owens should have won, especially after the angle they did off air following this event, which actually pisses me off because we could have at least got something here following the match between Cody and KO. Even just having KO come in there and do the the package power driver and just leave the crowd and the announcers and the refs stunned with the stretcher coming out, that would be a great moment to have the fans being like, what will happen next? I don't know why he didn't do that. You had about a minute left. You could have just had KO go in there and do the package power driver and go off the air. But off air, KO takes out Cody Rhodes with the power driver, leaves him on a stretcher, takes the Wing Eagle belt, parades it around, goes to the back. Triple H confronts him. They have a shoving match. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Why wasn't this on the show? Understand with Kevin Owens, they've been doing a lot of things off screen or off television, what makes it feel more authentic. I get that. But at least if you're going to do something in the ring, it needs to be shown on television in the ring in real time. I truly feel that way. And like I said, even though I'm intrigued to see what they do now, it still pisses me off because Cody Rhodes, there's no way he doesn't take time off for at least 2-3 weeks, at least. So in that case, why didn't you have Kevin Owens win? Because in this scenario, now either you crown a new champion, which I don't see them doing. There's no way Cody Rhodes is going to lose his belt after having it for 8 months without actually being pinned or submitted. I just don't see that. But either you create a new champion in Kevin Owens for him to defend it and then eventually defend against Cody Rhodes, or you have Kevin Owens parade around with the Wing Eagle belt until Cody Rhodes comes back, have another match, which Kevin Owens will lose again. So to me, it's kind of a lose-lose because in any scenario, I don't see Kevin Owens beating Cody Rhodes. Now, if he does, I think that'll be interesting, seeing as how around the corner, we're either going to get Cody versus Rock or Cody versus Randy, maybe, I don't know. That would be interesting, but Kevin Owens deserved this. He deserved this moment. He deserved this time to be the champion. And again, you could have did everything. You could have had him win and do the same angle with now Cody Rhodes really has to figure out How is he going to defeat Kevin, an unstoppable, unhinged, heartless, unremorseful Kevin Owens? How does he beat that man? That would have been way better for me. But overall, it was a fine show. I felt like I didn't really need to watch it, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts. How would you grade Saturday night's main event? For me, it was I say a 6.5. That's the best I can do. Again, all the matches were predictable outside of the U.S. Championship match. And we didn't really leave the show with anything major happening that actually happened on the show. So I'm giving it 6.5. I'm being generous. But we'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things. Welcome to the Hive, bitch! This is Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.